Hey, I'm Riggers. Thanks for dropping in to today's video, which is going to be about the Gizmondo. I'm all geared up. I'm wearing my official Gizmondo lanyard, which I recently acquired in a random eBay listing, along with a Namco one and a PlayStation 2/PSP one, which is pretty cool. I don't usually go for random bits of gaming memorabilia and knickknacks and things, but I thought, you know what? This is cool. It's cool. So, Gizmondo. This little, I was going to say beast, but I mean, it's kind of a, if it was a beast, it'd be a bit of a shit predator, wouldn't it? Let's be real. Comfy, dorky, dinky, weird little console that is the Gizmondo. I want to talk today about one of its games, which was a game that didn't officially get properly released, but it is still one of my favourite things that I have played or do play on the system, and it is called Jump. Now I will, lanyard's a bit loud. I've the bookmark placed in this book, as I mentioned before in a previous video, Gizmondo the Machine by Justin Castle, full of typos and a bit of sloppy presentation, but it's a very good compendium of knowledge for the Gizmondo. I would like to highlight this page, which shows the game's cover art, and you see some in-game screenshots. So you can see there's your player character, and the whole premise of the game is that you are a parkour runner. You're a free runner. You run across buildings and climb up walls, across drain pipes, do like tightrope walking, climbing around ventilation systems and launching yourself from rooftop to rooftop. And it's just this crazy cool game, and it has a very sort of 2000s rock soundtrack. It has, the same sort of energy as a Tony Hawk game. Well, essentially, literally just like a Tony Hawk game soundtrack. And I've never really played anything else like it personally. It's got such a unique gameplay at it, even in this rough, like sort of maybe alpha state. It's got all the hallmarks of a potentially really good game, and for how far developed this leaked build is of Jump on the Gizmondo, it's fantastic. I don't know where or how you mod the Gizmondo. I got mine pre-modded, hacked with all the games and all the unreleased stuff on it already, on this little blue like SD card or whatever at the bottom. I assume it's an SD card. Let's have a look. A 2 GB Kingston SD card, apparently. Never actually looked at that before, never taken it out, I don't believe. Okay. But yeah, I brought my Gizmondo into work. And I've got a colleague who's got a mind for gaming stuff as well. Not as much as me, but enough for him to have known what the Gizmondo was as well, which is funny. I remember playing and I was like, oh yeah, I've heard of them before. I'm like, oh wow, really? I'm impressed. So it's fun to play on the go. But what I love about Jump specifically, like I say, even in this rough early state, it's really... Oh, can you see the Gizmondo logo? Oh, don't do that. Don't hide. If a game is fun, that unfinished, then I think that shows its true strength in terms of its potential and its fun factor. It's very well animated. Like the character will do like handstands and tightrope walking, and it runs and jumps, and you sort of launch into the air. My character was this sort of like this punk rocker girl. I think she had like sort of like a pixie cut haircut, like this red skirt. She looked well cool, like she was in some sort of like indie rock band or I don't know what, but she looked cool anyway. And I just played as that character the whole game, and I ended up finding, I can't remember the exact buttons, I ended up finding some sort of like debug free roam camera thing. So for parts of levels that hadn't been developed enough, or where you suddenly fell to the floor, I just sort of rise myself back up and place myself back into the map, which was fun to be able to have access to that tool and then use that to be able to finish every level in the game across, I think, Barcelona, New York, London, other places I can't remember, and there's a test level as well to explore. But for me, I think it's the most unique and interesting thing of all the things I've played in the Gizmondo, and it's significantly more interesting than the majority of the released games if we'd had more unique stuff for the Gizmondo, games that were able to be properly released and polished and turned around within a good time frame with properly supported studios and none of the weird, shady, strange, controversial stuff that actually happened with the Gizmondo. If it had cool ideas like this that came to fruition and were polished off, wow. It had such potential as a console. And as a game, apparently, the game itself, Jump, was later ported to and finished off on PSP. I can't find any information about that online, and I've never found a build of it online. If anyone else knows of or has a finished build of the game for the PSP, please give it me. I'll be very grateful. Or just direct me towards where you can share it in general online, wherever it's available. Or if we haven't found that as a community, I think we should try and find it because that sounds very cool and that rumour must have come from somewhere. But either way, I don't really know about if you can emulate the Gizmondo or if having a Gizmondo is the only way to play its games. But whatever your capabilities are for accessing the system, I definitely recommend try and Jump Out. I think it's a really fun game, great soundtrack, great gameplay despite its rough, unfinished state. And it's a memorable experience for me, just running from rooftop to rooftop and problem solving about how to get across. Yeah, I think it's one to try. And the Gizmondo gets a lot of bad rap of being a big failure, but I feel with any misstep in gaming, there's usually some sort of positive side to it. I try to see the best in technology and the capabilities and what the intent was, and that's why I collect a lot of the things I do. Well, I'm not interested in full set collecting. I'm not interested in buying things deliberately because they're bad, but I'm interested in exploring the history of gaming and sort of accessing these bizarre, strange, failed systems and seeing for myself what they have to offer. I'm yet to get rid of anything that I thought, I absolutely hate this and I need to get rid of it and sell it on and get rid of it again. So that's good. But the Gizmondo for me, it's a nice system to pick up for an occasional play. And alongside Jump, Jensen Button's Chicane Street Racing is also fun. And SSX3 has a really, really solid port on here as well. I haven't really fully gotten into Richard Burns Rally on here. Not really a big fan of it. Maybe the actual main console version or /PC version is a lot better. And for whatever reason, it's got the Sonic games on here through emulators. So I played, I think, a bit of Sonic 2 on there as well, which is fun. But that's all I have to say about Jump today. I hope you are having a great day, and I hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please check out the game. Research Gizmondo. It's a very bizarre system, a lot of interesting history around it. I'll recommend this book again. It's a very interesting read. So much cool stuff to learn, like the Gizmondo widescreen was going to be a thing. You get to learn about other unreleased games such as Colours, which is like a sort of gang type combat game. There's Richard Burns Valley that I mentioned earlier. Yeah, a lot of interesting knowledge if you want to learn about Gizmondo. Well, that's all from me in this video today. So from me and my fancy little lanyard, I will bid you a good day and thank you for watching the video.